All right, baby, we're back. Second happy hour live show of the season. Thank you for tuning in. Like we said, it's our second one. We are playing the New York Islanders tonight, but first, let's say what's up to the boys. We got Stat Guy Blake back again. We got the Bobcat here. We got Brando
What's
making
up?
his debut. So let's start with you, Blake. What are you drinking? What's the drink of the night here?
Classic Yingling, oldest distillery in America.
Okay, baby. Bobcat, I know you got something crazy again.
Yeah, the Union Snow Pants, nice Baltimore brewery.
And Brando,
Great.
what you
I
got,
got
baby?
these Truly lemonades. This one's a raspberry tea.
I love it.
What you working on, Coach?
COVID, so not good.
Yeah, I'm polishing off the holiday edition Budweisers I had from Christmas. So let's cheers real quick to the boys.
Cheers,
let's
boys.
cheers to the fans. Let's cheers to the Caps here.
Boys, girls.
Boys and girls. Yeah, DJ was supposed to be on tonight's show. She might be on COVID protocol. We don't know yet.
Out.
But we do have a guest coming on today. We're going to have a guest on for every single one of these shows. It's Mike Carver. He hosts the Isle Seat podcast. So he's an Islanders expert. He's going to be hopping on. If you guys remember from last season, we did that pre-series, the pre-playoff series of the Islanders episode, that special episode with Mike Carver. He came on for 40 minutes. We shot the shit. We had a good time. And I'm excited to talk to him again. I haven't talked to him since before that series. And I think he even picked the Caps to win in that series when we talked to him. But let's get into that last game, guys. It's the Caps. It's a 3-2 win. And Blake, this is part of your drinking game, but it was a gutsy win. So let's start with you. What are your initial thoughts in that last game Tuesday night?
Yeah, good game. Good. Obviously crazy losing. By the end of the game, we're down 7 of our most crucial players. Pretty nuts. Saw some good games from Sherry. He bounced back from some brutal games at the very beginning of the season. So good to see that from him. Obviously, I think we all predicted Justin Schultz scoring a game winner with less than a minute to go. I think we all saw that coming.
Yeah, if that was a prop bet, I would have hammered it.
Love it. So we're still waiting on official lineups, but it does look like Backstrom's coming back tonight. Wilson is a game time decision. Brando, that's your guy from Capital Punishment. If he plays tonight, what's he doing for us?
He's definitely scoring a hat trick.
Aggressive, but I like it.
I need it. I'd love to see it. It'd be awesome.
I think Tricky Dick will have a good game for me.
That's right. You got Dick Panic and Cap Punishment this week. So we'll see. I'm still riding the Backstrom train, so I need him back in the lineup here. But yeah, let's get to the last game. Like we mentioned, Backstrom and Eller both go down. Eller is out for a while. I think he's concussed. They're going to say upper body injury, but that was a nasty hit. Let's start with your thoughts on that hit, Brando, and then we'll keep going.
Yeah, I mean, clearly a bad hit, and Trotz was not happy on the bench afterwards. So just knowing the battle between Laviolette and Trotz, you hate to see it for one. And Trotz knew it was a bad hit, but he just wants to argue for his boys.
Yeah, and Blake, I mean that's a tough loss because now we have Oshie. It looks like playing as our second line center tonight. We don't have any centers. Who needs them?
Oshie's been a center before, as you mentioned, and I honestly, I'd be interested in seeing him switch with Kuznetsov and see what when Kuzi comes back, see what happens with Kuzi on the wing and Oshie on the center. Take some of those defensive responsibilities off of Kuzi's plate. So I think it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is an Islanders team that is kind of struggling. They're, I think, 6th or 7th down in our division. We'll get to that when Mike comes on. But let's break down that last game. First goal, John Carlson on the power play. You love to see it. He just kind of sneaks back door and picks up a rebound. And Bob, it's 1-0 Caps early.
Dude, I mean, it was nice to have Johnny started off early, especially in a game where we're down -4. Guys that are in the lineup every day. So a little veteran leadership to start the game. So yeah, Johnny for Norris.
Johnny for Norris, baby, starting it off again. And then after that, it is Noah Dobson for the Islanders. He makes it 1-1 there a couple minutes later after the first period. Second period, Matt Barzal unassisted. And Blake, come on, man. Your preseason predictions of Chara becoming a complete shit show seemingly are coming true before our eyes.
Yeah, that's the second time. He's just passed it to nobody. And passes that even I wouldn't make. What are you doing, bud?
Yeah, this is one that he's behind the net, and Bobcat, he kind of he tries to do the whole fucking shoot it up the middle ordeal because I guess he sees people on each side, but he fluffs it and sends it right to Barzal. And who's the last person on that team that you want to get the puck to in front of the net?
Filthy, by the way, Barzal. Yeah. But so was that the pass? They showed almost zero replays of it, but I couldn't tell if it bounced off. Did it hit the ref skate, or am I thinking of a different play where it looked like No, this was just a
No.
straight up
He just
pizza.
got
They
straight
threw
to-
it
Straight
right up the middle.
pizza. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
yeah, pizza, no cheese. Just
Well,
actually
we-
plenty of cheese on it.
We
but
we were warned of those. They were gonna happen. We'll get the jitters out early. Don't worry about it.
we'll get the jitters out early. So yeah, a little bit of a struggle there. But hey, Daniel Sprong and the Caps social media
Oh,
tweet,
first taste.
tweeting
First taste of Sprong,
or whatever.
sorry. Yeah,
my
that was
God. And
great.
he, Randall, let's go to you. It was a fucking bar down rip. He
Well, it
picks
was
it up and
filthy.
just
I mean, that's
hammers
like
it.
that was like an NHL goal. Like you just come across the middle, and just rip it top left.
So one of my buddies that he's a fan, he's a viewer. He was talking about it. He goes, dude, I didn't realize Sprong had filthy mitts like that. I was like, well, shit, nobody did. We'll see if he yeah, like I
Played
can pull that
100
off.
career games. Like
Yeah, I
five
could
with
pull
the
that
Caps.
off in like one in every like 10 men's league games. So yeah,
There's-
he's better than I am.
There was no wind up or anything. I was
No.
just all wrist, just soup.
Dude, his
And it was
hands,
like
his
bouncing
hands
between
were
him
on.
and was it Scarbosa? Just like
Yeah.
both kind of going for it at the same time, and he just fucking picks it
His-
up in the little curl snap.
Dude, I mean, you got a bunch of guys that are like hardly playing, and they had a huge impact on that game. Like, it was awesome.
That was a Penguin style, just a bunch of no names, grocery sticks come up and score a bunch of goals.
Yep.
What was the joke of the night? The Hershey Caps won the game.
Well, how about
So-
Scarbosa? That guy's got a lovely smile. He just
Yeah.
looks like a hockey
Yeah.
player.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's get to this before we get to the Schultz goal. Islanders 0 for 3 on the power play. Caps only take 3 penalties, which is nice. You love to see that. Caps 1 for 2. Blake, is that means our PK is kind of getting back on track here?
Yeah, getting there. There was a stretch there where it was getting kind of shaky in the middle two Buffalo games. So something
Yeah.
that's interesting to me. I know we talk about how many penalties they're taking, but they're actually in like the middle of the league in terms of penalties taken. They're like
Which is shocking.
yeah, which I think that says more about everybody else than it says about us because I think we
Yeah.
are taking a lot of penalties.
Our girl Sam Pell just dropped the lines for tonight.
Yeah, Wilson is in.
Wilson
And
is in.
Oh,
And
so we're looking
Backstrom.
at Vrana, Backstrom, Wilson, Shiri, Oshie, Dick Payne, Hags, Dowd, Hathaway, my favorite line of all fucking time. Carr, Scarbosa, Sprong. And then we got Dylan Carlson. Sorry, the Dilson pair. The Dilson pair. Charles Schultz, Siegenthaler,
Schultz.
TVR. And the guy, again, Vanacek, baby, holding it down for us again. He's been playing great.
My last pick in my 14-man fantasy league this year. Not that everybody gives a shit, but he's locking it down for me. I'm in first place, baby.
Bingo. So let's hit this last goal real quick. Justin Schultz. We didn't score on the 5-man advantage. Ovi's probably pissed as shit because he could have had 3 goals right there. But yeah, Schultz gets it. He comes down and he just kind of gets that puck right there from Hathaway and just fires it home. And Caps get a regulation win, and we're off and jumping.
Well,
Yeah,
fuck it.
I was sitting there with Jenna, and I was like, I got up, get off the couch to go get some food. I was like, we're going overtime again. I can't deal with this. And then they cross in and score, and I'm just going crazy. I'm like, are you serious?
She also just tweeted a little bit ago that his goal for Cap One Arena is Hell Yeah by Rev Theory, which is that Blue Mountain State song that they used to play at the Caps games 10 years ago. Yeah. Dude, I was in a Caps commercial with that song playing. It was terrible.
Love it. So let's get to the drinking game rules for tonight. Let's start with you, Blake. What are your first 2?
My rules are every time Dick Panic does something right, take a drink,
Okay.
and take a
Good
drink
drink,
every time Tuesday night's win is referred to as gutsy.
They're going to call it gutsy or whatever.
Character win.
Overuse that
Character
word.
win.
Don't
Yeah,
lie.
they're going to overuse it. Let's go with you, Brando.
My first is take a shot every time we take a penalty. So we're getting wasted tonight.
Yeah, 5 or 6 penalties easily for us.
And then 2, we're taking a sip every time we do an icing.
Okay. All right. Bobcat, what about you?
So every time they mention that TJ Oshie is not a natural center, take a swig.
Ooh.
And then I'm thinking every time Hags has a quality scoring chance and doesn't finish. Oh, you know what? If Hags finishes, polish off your drink.
If Hags finishes, polish off your drink in the whole bottle. My 2 are 2 drinks anytime the new blue jerseys are mentioned. So that's always a big deal. And then finish your drink which is seemingly likely in these games, is anytime that 2018 Cup run and Barry Trotz and the Caps are just tied together in some type of stupid ass analogy or this, that, and the other. But what we're going to do here is we're going to kick it to a quick.
You got DJ's rules?
We don't have DJ's rules. You were supposed to read DJ's rules, but
Well,
we got some new ones.
I got them. Every time Char turns it over, that's a drink.
So
And
10
then every
drinks.
lost face-off. I'm sorry. I didn't know
You're good, you're good.
Have.
You're good. So let's throw it to commercial here, and then we got Mike Carver sitting by, and we're going to get him in. right, we now welcome back on Mike Carver, host of the Aisle Seat podcast. What's going on, Mike? How you been, man?
Hey, good evening, guys. What's happening? Good to be back with you. Fun night. Can't wait for the Islanders to not score any goals again. It's just great.
Good to have you back. So we haven't talked since before the playoffs last year. So let's just jump right into that. I mean, you guys beat the hell out of us. I mean, you took the wheels off of us and just crushed us last year. And you go on a hell of a run to the Eastern Conference Finals there. But yeah, take us through. I mean, how you felt watching those playoffs last year. It was a great run for you guys.
No, really fun run. You wait for stuff like that. I wish the circumstances were different. I mean, everybody was locked away in their houses instead of being at, the Nassau Coliseum or being all gathered together. But a lot of fun. And yes, the Islanders did kick the Capitals' ass in that series. It was kind of strange, wasn't it? Like, I know from your guys' perspective, I expected a lot more out of the Caps in that series, and it just seems like they never got the engines running, whether that had to do with those dopey play-in games that they had for those teams that finished in the top four or whatever. But great run, a lot of fun, beating the Caps, beating the Flyers. I think they got kind of jobbed at the start of that Lightning series. They made him travel and play 30 hours later in Edmonton, and they got whacked 8-2 that first game. But look, the Lightning won the Cup for a reason. They were the best team last year.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's get into some current day, some this week. I'll start with this, and I'll kick it over to the Bobcat. My first question is, what the hell's up with you guys trying to hurt us all last game?
Look, this stuff is kind of – and the Islander fan gets very sensitive whenever the Capital fans bring up us taking – this was Lee in the playoffs, right? Dale Hunter is number one. That's the one the older Islander fan will always point to. Shut up. You guys did Dale Hunter to Turgeon in 93. They love bringing that up. And the other one was, the defenseman in the 13 or 14 playoffs. Who did they hurt that year in that first round series, the 7-gamer? And he got hurt. Vladimir Lubinowski, whatever.
Yeah, yep.
He gets hurt. That was a rough hit. And they never let that one go either. So now the Lee hit in the playoffs the other night. I didn't think Komarov was that bad the other night. Did you guys think it was terrible? Did you guys think that was worth 5 minutes?
A brutal hit.
So you thought it was worth 5 minutes?
My stance on, I don't know. I don't think it was worth 5.
It's going to be an auto 5 when you just see that head bounce. That's all.
He's an idiot anyway to even do that in the last 10 minutes. It's too close to call.
Yeah, so I don't think it was necessarily a bad hit. All the way, but just the way that the game is, in the way that they're calling, you're getting fucking teed up for that. He knows he's getting tossed for that,
and he's a moron.
Yeah, whether they review it or not,
the final 10 minutes all the time.
Whether they review it or not, you're
this
getting.
The dude who doesn't even know how to wear his visor, right? So,
to be fair, we have Hagelin, who's just he wears his like that. All right,
baby.
Go ahead with your question, Bob.
So, I mean, we're not talking to Islanders fans too often, but the Islanders, they were the second best team of the 80s. Who is that Islanders Mount Rushmore for you? Is it obviously Bossy?
It's just
right off the hip, no particular order.
Only guys from that
Butch.
team. I mean, that is it. It's Bossy, it's Potvin, it's Billy Smith.
No Alexei Yashin.
It's Trottier. No, trust
John
me.
Tavares.
There is nobody outside of those 4 cup-winning teams who has come close to cracking, probably honestly, the top.
LaFontaine?
Well, that's my guy. He's my favorite player of all time. I just missed the cup runs. I was born in 80. So I missed those 4 cups.
I didn't date you.
Yeah, that's all good. The first player that I grabbed onto was LaFontaine when I was 7, 8, 9 years old. So that's my guy. But honestly, the top 6 or 7 players in Islander history all played on those cup teams. Nobody's come close.
Love it. What you got, Blake?
Technically, the first goalie to get credited with a goal in a game was an
Islander.
Yes. He didn't score it, but he got the first one.
Bob, I swear you have the most random facts all the time.
All
right, I'm going to throw my stats guy at you here, Mike.
Let's go.
All right, so you're facing for the second time in a row a rookie goalie who's got a 947 save percentage at 5-on-5. How do you solve this guy?
Listen, this is ridiculous. I honestly, guys, I don't get with how good things have been since Barry Trotz has become the coach of the New York Islanders. I don't get pissed off at too many Islander losses anymore. Tuesday night pissed me off. Let's be fair. No Ovechkin, no Samsonov, no Kuznetsov, no Wilson. I mean, Jesus Christ. And
no Eller at the end of the game, no Backstrom.
Yes, yeah. So how do you How do you lose that game on Tuesday? They've scored 11 goals in 6 games, and 3 of them were in the first period of game number 1.
Well, looking
So
behind
it's
you, everybody
embarrassing.
loves an underdog.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest issue for the lack of scoring for you guys? I mean, I know the biggest thing a lot of people say is we don't have a pure goal scorer. I mean, you got Barzell, but but not every team has the Alex Ovechkin or the Connor McDavid or that big goal scorer, but they still find the way. So what's it that you've seen that's been the biggest issue?
Look, I think that you guys know how Barry likes to play.
Mhm.
All right,
Yeah,
Barry doesn't want to, open it up. He wants to win 2-1 every single night, and he seems to really be harping on the fact that all 56 of these games are 4-point games, and they're like playoff games, and I'm going to run, Komarov and Johnston out there every single night. Now, it looks like he's going to, go against the Barry grain and throw Wallstrom and some kids out there tonight and see if they can put some pucks in the net, but they've got nothing from Brock Nelson and Bailey so far. Beauvillier got hurt, and I know it's only 6 games, but the Islanders are so reliant on those top 6 guys to score goals because there's only so many you can expect from Cizikas, Martin, and Clutterbuck. Now, Pajot's really good in the third line, but he's got hacks playing with him. I mean, how much can you expect?
I was
going
to
to
ask you about that. He was sick in the playoffs last year. He's playing with nobody right now.
He skated with Komarov and Johnston on Tuesday night. What do you expect the guy to do? Now, tonight it looks like he's going to have both kids on his line. So that's something to watch. Bellows and Wallstrom are going to play with Pajot. So let's see if that opens up some offense. But what does that mean? That means Leo Komarov's now going to play with Brock and Bailey, who look like they should be on milk cartons after the first 6 games. So it's very strange. They just don't score. They try to win 2-1 every night.
Gotcha. Brando, what you got?
First of all, you're a Bills fan?
That's right. I sure am.
Yeah, I love it.
That
Sure
is
am.
Buffalo.
I mean, I really just want to know what's your thoughts on the Bill season because let me diverge from this for a second.
Look, when I went,
I'm a Josh Allen fan now.
When
I
went,
love Josh Allen.
I spent 20 years watching the team go 3-13 and 5-12, 5-11, whatever. So, a 13-3 year where you go to the AFC title game, you have to be happy about it. But still, Sunday night, you get this far, you got to win. And he got the young quarterback. And here's the great thing: they didn't lose any coaches. I thought that Dable would get hired, Frazier would get hired. They're bringing the same coaching staff back. Josh will be another year older. So it's good for the future, but you don't like to miss those opportunities when you're one of the last 4 teams and you don't get it done. Just like the Islanders in the bubble for me in September. They were one of the last 4. You only get so many cracks. You got to do it.
Yep.
So, I mean, so far, Mike, you're a pretty likable guy for being an Islanders fan, but let's muddy the waters a little bit. Is there like a least, are you a Yankee fan? Can we hate you over something? Okay, there it is.
I'm a Yankee fan, so you can hate that. Just
say,
I'm a Yankee fan.
Well, so's DJ. We've got a Yankee fan on the squad. So
He's a Yankees fan? Oh, my God.
He's a Yankees fan and a Cowboys fan.
You got to remember something, guys. I mean, I had to have somebody who actually won in my life.
But the thing is,
my whole family's from Philly, so I was used to playoff heartbreak, and then I like the Caps, but dude, I'm just there's no good picks.
And so you're an Eagle fan. So are you an Eagle fan then?
I am an Eagle fan.
So you got to see a Super Bowl win. So you got that.
I got one. I got the World Series.
Sometimes there's plenty of people who only got one in their whole life.
Yeah.
So
I just want the cup, though. I want the cup.
Right. Mike's keeping it in state though. You got to respect that. I mean, he's not going a team from this state, a team from that team.
Right.
I have 4 uncles that are over 6'4". I'm the runt to the family. They're like, you like Notre Dame, you like Philadelphia. I'm like, all right.
Yes, I am.
Love it.
So how much stock you putting into this slow start for the Islanders? I mean, I think you guys are sitting at 3-3. It's just, do you think you need to play catch up quick with this 56 game season, or do you still have a little more buffer room to kind of figure things out?
I think with the way the schedule is set up, you can make up ground fairly quickly because you're playing the other teams in the division every single night, especially back-to-backs. I mean, look, the Islanders, whatever happens tonight, they go and play Philly Saturday and Sunday back-to-back. Philly's ahead of them. That's a quick way to, have an 8-point swing on the Flyers if you could somehow win those 2 games. And the Capitals can do that if they beat the Islanders tonight. That's an 8-point swing without their best players in the lineup, and that's massive. So I think this season allows you to either jump back in quickly, but also bury you quickly. So you do have to kind of be right on that line to make sure either of those things don't happen to you, especially the bad one.
Well, if you're playing Trotz's system the whole way, every one of those games is going to be right on the line.
Jeez, they got to score. It bothers me.
All of our games are going to overtime. We're stressed out, man. Come on.
Look, but in this kind of season,
every game,
those 1 points, they're going to add up. They really are.
That's why they're in first, right?
Especially right now. Like I've been tweeting, like we just get a point, pray for a point each game.
Think about this. I mean, you guys have a chance tonight, to get points. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure the Sabre game in all 4 games that all these guys are out. Yeah. You have a chance to get points in all 4 of those games. That's pretty damn good. I bet you last week you guys didn't think that when they announced those guys were going to miss.
Nope.
You didn't think you were going to get points in all 4 games.
With the Hershey Bear squad,
we're not going to unravel the conspiracy theories, but yeah, we'll take it.
Well, listen, that was ridiculous. The guys are hanging out. Now, is there conspiracy theories that there's maybe some other people in those hotel rooms besides those 4 guys? Was there any?
That's what we've heard, but
binocular for sure.
Yeah, but we can tell you our stance on the situation was not pleasant, and we weren't not happy, and we let those feelings be known on the last podcast.
Even as an Islander fan who benefited from this, didn't benefit from it Tuesday, but those guys not playing the 2 games against us, I thought it was horse shit that they were out for 4 games.
Was it a Vegas player or Ducks player that got pictured with a game of Monopoly walking out of the hotel room?
That was Vander Kane.
Vander Kane.
Yeah. So it was like, who's he playing that with?
He should stick to Monopoly.
He needs to cash in those Monopoly.
It was Kadri.
Oh, it was Kadri. It was Kadri. Yes, you're right.
Kane's trying to cash them Monopoly bucks.
Kane would never play Monopoly. Kane only goes to the craps table. He ain't playing Monopoly.
He's not. Nobody's lending him any money in Monopoly.
No,
regardless, he's bankrupt either way. Yeah. So we'll start with this, Mike. I mean, give it to us. What's your score prediction for tonight?
Look, the Islanders got to win this game tonight. I will be even more furious than I was Tuesday if they lose tonight. I think this is, how could you ever pick an Islander game for them to win more 3-2? How do you ever pick 3-2 or 2-1? So you know what? Same score as the other night, 3-2. This time the Islanders find a way. And God, it would be nice if either Bailey or Nelson actually did something in the scoring. You guys do the drinking games. Drink if they actually score a goal for me tonight, would you? If Nelson or Bailey actually score tonight, have a shot. All right.
Love it. Well, we got some Carver fan love coming in our comments here. Check this out. But
there you go.
Love it. So, all right, let's just keep going around the table. Stat guy Blake, I mean, you got any more questions for him before we get to our score predictions here?
Not really. Nope, I'm good.
Like get this Islander guy out of here. That's what stat guy Blake's doing.
Are you a little bummed with Lou being real lame on the reverse retro? You couldn't get the Gordon Fisherman logo there?
Yeah.
Jersey was embarrassing. Jersey was a joke. I mean,
at least they're only wearing them 4 times.
Yeah, you know what? I think that they're scared to go to the Fisherman because they still have an older portion of the fan base that absolutely despises it and think it's the worst thing that ever happened in the history of sports. The team would have sucked in 94, 95, and 96, no matter what jersey they were wearing. But it's like, you can never talk about the Fisherman jersey. The younger fan base wants it. They want a Fisherman jersey, third or retro, throwback. And the organization is just too chicken shit to actually do it.
Well, who gives a flying fuck? Like when the Blues had the trumpet jerseys, Gretzky said, "I will never wear that," so they didn't wear them.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, look, it's a jersey. It's about making money at the end of the day. That's really what it's all about.
Yeah, no shit. The Caps released 2 new ones this
year.
Guys,
you guys have 2 new ones. I feel like every night I watch you guys, you're in a different
sweater.
You got
a new jersey. It's just like, I can't afford all these. I got to start buying them through China, which I just did with our new blue ones. I got $40.
Every night you guys got a new sweater.
Yeah, but we only get to wear the reverse retros, 7 times?
4 times. 4 times. And then the blue ones 7 times. What do you think about that? So 7 times for the blue ones, 4 for the reverse retro. That only leaves like how many more games? Because we're half 44. Home, half home, half on the road.
Some teams did a really good job with it, and some teams did nothing. I guess that's just. I thought yours was pretty nice. I like the Capital one. I think it came.
I love it. I love it.
Slick.
I love it. So the Ducks, I hate the Ducks.
Are terrible.
That's great. Well, you got to remember, being a kid in the mid '90s, like I was, that Duck jerseys.
Dude, I love the actual. So much
nostalgia in that jersey for me. I
call it the Quackhead. I like the Quackhead jersey, just the Duck. But
same
I've
thing
got
with
a few of those.
Coyote one too.
The
Coyote
one
one's ridiculous. Also.
The icebreaker one, the one jumping through the ice is too much.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love
It's
it.
like the
I think it's
cartoon.
hilarious.
Yeah.
which is on Disney Plus.
Sackeye Blake, what's your score prediction for tonight?
5-2, Verona with the game winner.
Ooh.
Ooh, he's getting the third. So who's scoring the other 4?
Tom Wilson.
Stick
I
panic.
don't know. Vanacek's going to get the first goalie goal in Caps history.
Okay.
Wow.
Bobcats, go to you.
I'm gonna go 4-2. Bad guys, empty netter.
There you go.
It's
I
at
knew it.
some
There
point.
you
I
go,
mean,
Bobcat.
we gotta lose one. I think.
You gotta. Thank you. You gotta lose one,
yeah,
Bobcat.
I'm sorry. I'm
Go.
sorry.
Brando.
I'm going 4-3 shootout loss.
All right.
Okay.
I'll take
Okay.
the deuce.
I'm sticking in the same kind of thought process there. I'm going 3-2 overtime loss because when we get to 3-3, we've been bad. We've been so bad in overtime.
I'll say this, and I'll give you the gambling aspect of it because I do a lot of that with my regular job on Sports Grid. These back-to-backs in the NHL, the team that loses the first game is winning the second game right now. It's 20-11. 20 wins, 11 losses. The team that loses the first leg and wins the second time. So, that's why and the Islanders being a favorite tonight in DC again for the second game in a row, you'd have to think, just looking at it, objectively, the Islanders should win tonight, but I've seen stranger things.
We got like 2 seconds. What's get a quick plug for Sports Grid there, Mike?
Yes, Sports Grid. I do a show with Scotty Farrell Coast to Coast, weekdays 4 to 6. Farrell on the Bench weeknights 10 to midnight. Sirius XM channel 204. You can hear it there. A lot of fun. Do plenty of hockey too.
Look at
Love
that.
it. And then go ahead and plug Isle Seat and all that good stuff.
Yes.
Where can people find you? 'Cause
Isle
this is the second
Seat
time you've been
Podcast.
on, and would love to
Yes.
have you on some more.
Isle Seat Podcast, part of Action Park Media, which is run by Kevin Connolly from Entourage. Yep, he runs the. I just hooked up with them, so that's where you can find Isle Seat Podcast now. A lot of fun, good reaction podcast from Tuesday night after the loss. If you want to go listen.
Love it, love it. So there he is, guys. Mike Carver from the ILC podcast. We're going to kick it to another commercial before we finish up. But Mike, thanks again. We love having you on, and
Cheers.
best of luck to you tonight.
Thanks
Mike.
guys. Go Isles.
I love it. All right, there it is. Mike Carver. Thanks again to him for coming on. He's always a great dude to talk to. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's the first time I've talked to him. I enjoyed it.
Good stuff.
As much as I hate to say it.
Blake's giving him the whole, that was a shit hit. And then at the end, he's like, no more questions for him. No more questions for him. Get him out of here.
Dude,
So-
that's my bad on the drinking game. I forgot to send Deej my questions earlier.
Oh, you're
so.
good. You're good. So I made the graphic like yesterday, and I probably should have explained it to you. And that's been like, hey, we're just going to use the ones that DJ had since I already made the graphic. But the hell with it. But so we got a couple minutes here. We got our guest, our fan, trying to jump in for the fan chug. So we'll wait a second for him to try to do that. If not, it is what it is. But before, we can end with that. So Brando, let's go to you. What are your final thoughts? What do you want to leave the people with coming into this game here?
Honestly, let's we should I don't know, just try to win.
Yeah.
I
Score more than the other
watching
guys.
these games is like the most stressed. Like, it's literally watching a playoff game, and I sweat so bad watching these. It's terrible. But let's win hockey.
That's just win hockey, baby.
Let's
Bobcat.
win hockey.
Well, I don't know, man. Like I said, I feel like at some point in time they've got to relent during this this situation without 4 of our top guys and no Sammy. So yeah, the levy's got to break at some point. If they haven't had technically like a terrible game this year, so they're due for one. They're due for one. But if they win, I'll be stoked with our AHL fourth line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of feeling it, Blake, real quick because our fans in here, and then we'll fan chug it.
For starters, AHL first line, they're getting the start tonight. Carr, Scarbosa, Tarek El-Bashir just tweeted that line is getting the start along with my boy Siegenthaler.
Yeah,
I love our fourth line. Our fourth line's awesome.
Personally, I think we're going to come out with this. We're playing real hot right now. We're second most in goals above expected, right behind Montreal, who's playing real hot. So I think we're going to pull it out just on sheer like heat. You know, Wilson's back. There's going to be a lot of emotions. I think we're going to pull it out.
Love it. So let's do it. Let's end the show.
What is up?
All right, Pinto, what kind of alcohol you got on you there, buddy?
What is up? Just a Miller Light 10-ouncer. Little
All right.
Maryland style.
So let's
Triple
start
hops
with the
brewed
chug.
float
Let's
card.
start with the chug around the room here. Let's get her going. Pinto, give us your quick prediction. Give us a score prediction for tonight's game and a quick thought on the Caps, how they're currently playing, and then we'll chug again and get the hell out of here.
All right, we're going reverse puck line on the Caps. It's going to be
Oh.
5-3.
Oh,
Close.
who's getting all the goals?
Let's see here. Backstrom getting 2. I think Sprong's got 1. Let's go.
We need
Dylan.
2 more.
Yeah, Dylan's gonna get 1 tonight again. He's playing hot.
Fuck me up.
Let's see here. Let's see. Let's get another defenseman. Let's go Carlson. He needs 1. Put 1 in there.
Carlson.
Johnny
Love it.
Norris.
So there he is. It's Pinto, guys, hopping in for the fan chug. Let's chug one more time. We'll get out of here and let everybody go watch the Caps game. Appreciate you, everybody, tuning in here.
Cheers. I think you're supposed to say it before you drink.
Go ahead.
Cheers now.